A man, after quarreling with his wife, wandered into the wilderness. In a desolate forest at -20 degrees, he set his mind on building a wooden shelter on the edge of a canyon. Every step was steady, every move deliberate. He relied only on his own hands to survive. Determined to outlast the freezing nights, he roamed the canyon littered with fallen logs, searching for the perfect spot. Finally, he dropped his pack by a tree and prepared to begin. David cleared the ground, cutting away weeds and branches. Then, a strange wild mushroom with a hollow top caught his eye. When he squeezed it, a cloud of spores puffed out, nature's mystery on full display. Shaking his head with a smile, he went back to work, dragging a fallen tree across the snow. He chopped off the stubs, trimmed it clean, then hauled another one over, preparing the wood for his shelter. David pulled out his long saw, cutting the logs into equal lengths and stacking them neatly. His experience showed no tape measure needed, every piece matched. Then, the snow began to fall, heavy and endless, turning the forest white. Against the blizzard, he hauled log after log to the site, and just as suddenly, the snow stopped, leaving behind a silent world covered in white. Balancing logs between trees, David adjusted carefully, sawing away roots that blocked the fit. Layer by layer, he stacked the walls, hammering each log tightly in place. A kick to the finished wall proved its strength, solid and unshakable. He kept going, raising wall after wall, filling gaps with wooden wedges. Sweat froze on his face as he built the third, then the fourth side, each strike echoing in the canyon. Finally, he left a gap on the last wall, marking the space for the door of his shelter. David peeked through the window gap, caught his breath, then hauled over long, slender logs. Measuring by eye, he marked and trimmed each piece, cutting grooves so they locked tighter. One by one, he set them across the top, leaving small spaces between for balance. With rope, he bound each end, securing the roof frame firmly in place. In the forest, David found a massive tree buried in snow. Brushing it clean, he sawed a circle into the bark, then split downward with his axe. Carefully, he peeled away thick sheets of bark, piling them at his side. Soon, he carried the bundle to the cabin, laying each piece across the roof. Heavy and dense, the bark formed a natural shield, perfect insulation against the brutal cold. As night drew near, David roamed the canyon with a bag in hand. Agile and sure-footed, he gathered turf and carried it back. Piece by piece, he pressed the grass into the gaps between logs. Stripes of green lined the wooden walls like fresh sprouts, giving the shelter a touch of life amid the frozen wilderness. Snow began to fall again as David stacked logs outside. From the window, flakes drifted past in silence. Inside, he arranged timber into a bed frame, topping it with shorter logs. Wrapping grass in cloth, he spread it thick across the surface. The makeshift bed looked decent enough, and David lay down for a moment's rest. The canyon lay under a white blanket as David dug up heavy stones and carried them inside. He set them around a hole in the roof, shaping a hearth. 4 sharpened posts and a plank made a table where he placed a kettle and cup. As night deepened and the air froze, he chopped firewood and built a blaze. Smoke drifted skyward, blending with falling snow like a dance in the air. Inside, candles flickered while water simmered and beef roasted on skewers. The aroma filled the cabin, finally, warmth and food in the heart of the storm. David poured hot water into a cup, tore into bread, and savored the roasted beef. After hours of labor, every bite felt like pure joy. When finished, he spread out his sleeping bag, lay down, and blew out the candles. The cabin stood quiet at the canyon's edge, smoke curling into the night sky. Let's give him a thumbs up for this hand-built refuge, and look forward to what challenges tomorrow will bring.